Hello, my name is Tony, and for today's video, I want to take you back to the basics of how to actually set up your own Amazon FBA business for you to start selling on Amazon straight away. Now, I've seen a lot of videos out there like this. However, there have been so many new updates and constant changes on the Amazon platform that I kind of wanted to give you a more up-to-date version of what you have to do to set up this particular business and what kind of software tools you're going to need and take you from start to finish. Now, before we start, I have to inform you that this particular video is going to be mostly geared towards people selling in the UK. However, if you're selling products, outside of the UK, potentially the EU, US, Canada, etc., there'll still be quite a few good tips for you to pick up on this video. Okay, so let's get straight into it. So the very first step before anything, we need to figure out what a legal entity would be. So legal entity means how you want to be recognized, pretty much. How you want to operate. What do you operate underneath? So do you operate underneath yourself or a company? So first we need to figure out, do you want to be a limited company or a sole trader? Now, being a sole trader is more simple in the short term, but long term I would recommend to be a limited company. So if I had to choose between the two, I would recommend to be a limited company because in the beginning, the limited company will be slightly more work, and the sole trader is quite easy because you're essentially trading under your own name. However, for long term, I recommend just to start as a limited company. And the difference between the two is it's just simply about the liability. So if your company was to go in debt, you get sued, which is very unlikely when in e-commerce, unless you're selling like supplements, baby toys, batteries, like highly regulated industries like that. Then it's very unlikely. If you're not doing stuff like that, then it's very unlikely to get sued or anything like that. So, but then yeah, I would recommend for majority of people to be a limited company. So I'm gonna actually go through each step for you. So let's go to register now. So are you starting a new application? So this just simply means have you previously started creating a limited company and then stopped for any reason? So for majority of you, you press yes. Are you starting a new application? You press yes. So check before you start. We're going to ask some questions. Your answers will show whether you can use services to register a limited company and set up a corporation tax. Take you into another service. Continue the questions. Are you able to pay for this application using a card or PayPal? Yes. Or for majority of you, the answer will be yes. Are any directors or persons with significant control on the company's house secure register? So for majority of you, the answer would be no. So the secure register is for victims of threatened behavior or violence who cannot risk having their home address. So this will mainly be for influential people. But for majority of you, the answer would be no. You will now create a government gateway ID. So I'm going to stop here, but it's very straightforward after this point. After this point, it will literally just ask for your personal details, your home address, etc., etc. So after this point, it's very, very simple. And I will link down below also how to get to this page because on gov.uk is quite challenging to get to the limited company page. And I'll also link down below, if for some of you want to be a sole trader as well, I'll also link that down below in the description. Now, when you have a business, you need to have a way to collect money. If you can't collect money, you essentially have a charity. You just run the money for free. So we need to have a business bank account in order to collect money now, to collect our payments. So there's 4 that I would recommend. So there's 4. So there's Monzo, especially if you're a beginner business, because the mainstream businesses is very unlikely they will give you a business account. And even if they do, there's a lot of stress to set up. So I like to move with speed. I always recommend to move with speed. So I would recommend to start off. And the thing is, even when you start off with one of these 4, you can easily switch to mainstream down the line. So there's no stress. So I would recommend Monzo, Revolut, or Starling, or World First. The ones that I believe are actually probably the 2 best is Monzo and World First. Majority of people that I know, they either use one of the 2. These 2 banks are quite... Starling is okay, to be fair. But Revolut, I've heard a lot of horror stories with this one. So I'm going to take this off the list. This might ruin my sponsorships down the line, but I'm just going to be honest with you guys. So I would actually recommend one of these three. You could go for the fourth, but yeah, one of these three I would recommend. Majority of people are on Monzo, World First, and yeah. And with these banks, it's very, very easy to set up. You simply press open free account, put in your email, then they'll ask you a few more questions. You can get registered within maybe 12 to 24 hours. From what my clients have been saying, they've been registering very, very fast. So yeah, so you can choose one of these three. With all these three, you can register very quickly. Okay, so now we have our legal entity, and now we have a way to collect payments. Now it's time to create our account with Amazon. So if you tap onto any search engine, Amazon Seller Central sign up, you should arrive on this page on the first link. So now when we get onto this page now, we simply sign up. But however, I do want to go over the two plans that Amazon has. So Amazon has the individual plan and the professional plan. The individual plan is mainly for if you want to test out the platform. But for majority of people, I would just recommend to go straight to professional, because the individual plan, let me show you here. So they charge you 75p per unit per product sold. So after all your fees, let's say you have £1 after everything. So let's not say the product's £5. Let's just say after everything, your profit is £1, and then they take 75p. You can already see the issue there. However, with the professional plan, they simply take a fixed fee of £25 a month. So the difference is night and day. If you just simply want to test out to see what's Amazon about, like how does it work, okay, go for the individual. But for majority of people, just go for the professional, because Amazon has quite a lot of fees already. So it would probably be best to just start with the £25 a month. So all we do is we press sign up, enter your email, and it's quite straightforward. They'll ask you, so you put your email, you confirm the email, then they will ask you for all your business details, then they'll ask for a picture of you, etc., etc., just to make sure that you are who you say you are, and for money laundering purposes. And it's very, very straightforward. So at this point, you should have created your legal entity, so the limited company. You should have chosen one of the 4 business bank accounts, and you also should have created your Amazon seller account, and you should have gone with the professional plan. So now that we have all of this, we now need to find products to sell. And the tool that I like to use to find products is Helium 10. And you may have heard about Helium 10 prior to this. But the one thing I do want to talk about, though, is how important product research is. Product research is make or break. If you choose the wrong product, especially on Amazon, it will be very bad for you. Because if you choose a bad product, you end up spending a lot of money for your products to sit in Amazon's warehouse, just racking up a bill. However, if you choose the right products now, you can easily sell thousands and thousands of units on a monthly basis, bringing in very good profits on a monthly basis. So now Helium 10 does have a free version, which it gives you the basic functionality. It shows you the basics of how it will show you the reviews. It will show you how well a product's been doing for the past 30 days. It will show you the basics. That the basics is already good, but it won't be good enough to help you. It will be very time consuming to find products. So I recommend to actually subscribe with one of their plans. They do have a 7-day free trial. And yes, so this is the tool that I do use in order to find products. So now you should have used Helium 10 to find your ideal product. Now we go into Alibaba to buy the product in bulk. So what we're going to do now, so Alibaba is simply just a Chinese version of Amazon. And so what we do now, we go into the search bar and we search for the product. So let's even say that the product you found that meets all your requirements is coffee mugs. Let's go coffee mugs. So when you search coffee mugs, a ton of listings, tons of suppliers are going to pop up. So these are called listings. So a ton of these listings will pop up, and it will show you multiple different products. But one thing you need to be aware of, so it will show you the price, like 0.4357 to show this. But just ignore, when you see these prices, just ignore it, because when you actually start to speak to them, if you press chat now and you speak to them, what you'll find is the price that they have here will not be the price that they tell you when you start to speak to them. So I'm gonna let you into a big secret. So the real reason they have the price that they're not actually selling at. The reason they have that is so they can rank higher on coffee mugs, because as you can see, there's 90,000 plus products. So what would make someone hit the top of the ranks if they just lower their price? So yeah. So let's say we choose this cup looks quite unique. So let's say we choose this one now. So what we do is we go into here and so you can send an inquiry, which I don't recommend. I recommend to go straight to the chat. So first you need to create an account. So you go straight to the chat and you just chat to them and you try to negotiate a price. Because 9 times out of 10 it won't be any of these prices. It'll be something different. Like for example, let's say, so it says 70p here, but realistically if you contact them, they're gonna try and say, oh, it's £1 because for some reason. Now when you sign into your Amazon seller account, you should be presented with this page. So this is my page. Then you now press add products. So we wait for that. Now when you want to create your own listing now, what I personally like to do is I type in some random words here real quick. So I press search and it'll say nothing came up. Then you press create a new listing right here. Okay. So now once you create your listing, so this is the page to create the listing. So you can use AI to generate your thing, but I don't even do that. I like to just do it manually because 9 times out of 10 it gets incorrect. So I just create it manually. So what I'll do is I'll type in a random name. So our products was coffee mug. So we put coffee mug is our item name. Then I'll recommend the product type. Let's see, coffee mugs, coffee cups. Yep, confirm. Okay, now it's done. Now we have to fill in all the details. So when we press coffee, so our item name was coffee mug. Then the browser node is just where you want your product to be, the category you want it to be placed in. What you do is, if you haven't done brand register or trademark just yet, you simply just check this box. This product does not have a brand. Then it will come up as generic. And then that is fine. If this product has variation, you tick this box, and then on the next page you can sort that out. And then yep. So, and also if you don't have a UPC, then you just press I don't have a product ID. For majority of you should be exempt. When I press next, it should tell me that this product is exempt from needing a UPC. Then you can simply use the Amazon barcodes. So let's see. So usually it will tell you that the product is exempt from UPC, but it didn't. So anyways, we add the description now. We add our bullet points. Then we add our images. Now for the images, what you could do in the beginning is you could ask your supplier for images. If the images aren't too good, then you can try and find images online and then use Canva or Photoshop to create your image. Or if you want to just save yourself time, just go into Fiverr and then try and find a good graphic designer to create you images, and then you can add it onto here. Go into product details. So the model number, just put an NA here. Now the manufacturer, do not put your actual manufacturer into this box, because this manufacturer details will be displayed online for everybody to see. And if your competitors see that, they might go and buy from your manufacturer and get the same quality as you. So the materials, you just add that in. Let's just say bamboo, something random, but actually put the right materials in. Then capacity, you just put all the details, just fill in all of these. And then yeah, then we go to the offer. You enter in, so firstly you want to press, so this is a big mistake a lot of people make. First you want to press fulfilled by Amazon, then a lot of these boxes will disappear. So you press this, then these boxes should disappear. Then you enter in the price you want to sell at, the item condition. Then you simply, this doesn't actually matter. You can put random details, because this only matters if you're shipping the items yourself. But since you're shipping via Amazon, just put in some random numbers here, and then Amazon will automatically change it for you. So if you put like 1,000 something random, Amazon, when it gets to the Amazon warehouse, Amazon will completely just change it for you. Then you go to offer, or what do you offer? Then you go to safety and compliance. Then you put the country, most likely you put in China. So as of 2025, you have to enter this in, or your listing won't be able to be shown. Then you enter is your battery required, and if you do require batteries, what this means is you won't be able to ship via a lot of the couriers, so you would have to use a specialized shipping, because this would be mean as hazmat, and also for this as well would mean as hazmat. So you'd have to use alternative mode of transport to get it there. So now by this now, I'm gonna end it real quick, and then I'll get back to you. I'm gonna fill in all the details for you, then show you what happens. Okay, so now I just filled in all the details just to show you what happens when you press submit. So now I filled in all the details. We press submit. So once you press submit and you filled in all the details, this is what should pop up. It should say listing submitted. Thank you for submitting your listing. If approved, changes will be reflected within 24 hours. You can now copy this listing to add similar products to your catalog. So the attributes for this listing have been saved. Preference, drinking cup. You can select the pre-filled attributions. So now you're done. You've now created your first listing. So that's pretty much it for today's video. Like I said, this is pretty much a step-by-step guide of what you need to do from the very beginning to selling your first product on Amazon. So there's of course there's more to it, but in the coming weeks and months, I will be releasing more videos, like more in depth on every single topic there is for this particular business model. So if you did like this video, please don't forget to subscribe and like. And if you do have any sort of comments or suggestions, or if there's anything you feel like I missed out, then please do not hesitate to comment down below. And thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you soon.